Hi everyone, a couple of months back I made a little video over here about how combat achievements could be made better. Now, while I didn't think this proposal would really go through, the idea was to get the juices flowing and have a bit of a discussion to keep things fresh, and hopefully incentivize Jagex to make some changes. This video did pretty well, 16,000 views, good feedback from everyone who saw it. I'm glad a lot of people liked the ideas, and we're getting pretty close to 10k subs, so if you're interested in my future content, do click the button. I am working on currently a fresh start account. I am like 30 hours in, I think. It's kind of going crazy. I don't want to show anything on my inventory right yet. I've been going very hard, no swapping, no nothing. It's going to be like more of a new player experience going in and seeing what's up. So this is very much something I'm going to be doing a long-term series on for the next 6 months as we approach the end of the fresh starts. I'll eventually move it to main game and see how well, I don't know. I've got some plans. But we've been going pretty strong so far. But that's not the topic of this video. This is a side thing. If you want to subscribe for the future content on this account, do so now. But the whole thing is combat achievements, and the fact is they have released a blog very recently about how they might update it. And this is something that I care about a lot, and I wanted to have a quick skim through and give my thoughts on what they're doing, and hopefully give you guys some insight. And perhaps if you would want to vote for it, if it's going to be something voted for, then please vote for it. And if you didn't know, then now you will. So let's jump in. The TLDR is that combat achievements is not rewarding, and this is kind of the problem for them. They're not rewarding. Even the data says so. In other words, when players had the ability and everything to do the content, there was no reason to. They didn't have any incentive, and that's what this is all about. And we've been saying for a long time, there has been very little incentive to really go for it. And in some few cases, it's actually beneficial not to do so. So it's very, very odd, but here's what's going on. So the rewards just aren't good enough, and especially as you approach Grandmaster, it's not worth your time, unless you are very interested in Inferno or very interested in God Wars. And there are plenty of players who don't really mind or care. So let's have a look at some of the upgrades and tweaks they're trying to make. First up, like a boss, they want to buff your reward based on your kill count when assigned a boss task. Now, I will say that this is probably not that relevant. This is probably just like a little throw in there. But not many players really currently go for boss tasks because when you get them, you get a very limited amount. So GM would basically, let's say, well, it depends on the boss, but 15 more than the current reward is a good amount. And let's say you had 65 of whatever boss to kill. I mean, it's not bad. You might actually want to have a boss task to go out of your way to do something, because if it was 20 or 30, you know, it's okay, but does it really matter if you had a task or not? So sure, a small upgrade, good stuff. Kill counts for God Wars Dungeon, this was brought up a lot about how it's just not enough. It's reduced by 10, and, you know, 10 less NPCs when you're killing imps and goblins doesn't really make a big difference. So at Grandmaster, we're getting a 15 kill improvement. So this is a reduction of, because it's 40 to get in normally, so this would be a reduction of 25 kill count, making it very, very few NPCs to kill. At GM, you probably wouldn't want to even bother having an ecumenical key. And specifically for Nex, getting 15 follower kill count is incredibly easy. So this is a huge buff for those wishing to do low scale Nex, but it's also just a general good improvement. This is kind of where we wanted it to be. So that's fantastic to hear. Now this is where it gets interesting. This is the new rewards section. This is actually stuff that doesn't exist. They're not buffing current stuff. They're adding new stuff. Some of which we asked for, some of which I hope is new. I've skimmed it, but let's have a quick look. So moving up from easy. Firstly, an antique lamp worth 5,000 XP in any skill above 20. I am personally a huge fan of antique lamps. I think there should be more places where antique lamps are from, especially in the early game, to help bolster shitty skills. An example of this would be an agility lamp from some of the adventure path stuff, or from there's a new little thing at the top right of your screen, and it's like an activity advisor. And if you did a certain amount of activity advisor stuff, you would get an XP lamp. That kind of stuff really appeals to me to speed up the early game and just make annoying grinds, runecrafting, mining, agility, less tedious things just easier. You could even add a couple for herb lore and all that good stuff. So we're not talking about game-breaking amounts of XP, just a little bit here and there to help players move forwards in progression and really aim for something and give them more incentive, which is what this is all about. So moving on. 5% increased chance to receive an easy clue from all sources, including implings. I'm sure all the clue people will be fairly happy with this, especially since it's from easy. 3 daily teleports to Godwall's dungeon entrance by the large boulder. I'm not sure this was on easy in the first place. I'm not even certain this fits here, but it seems pretty strong, and again, incentive is fantastic, so great. Like a boss, Slayer Unlock will now allow players to have up to 37 boss kills. A +2 increase when assigned a boss task. Oh, okay, well, sure, that's just, yeah, that's fine. Hang on, is this a minute? Oh, this is the current rewards. Oh, it does give XP lamps. You know what? I'm actually trolling. Let's run through this. This should all be known by now. I thought this was the new stuff. Where's the new stuff? Okay. Sorry, I'm trolling. I'm glad the XP lamps exist. I just think more should be around in the game, not just from this stuff, but it's been a while. I'm sorry. Let's move on. So, easy tier rewards, the new stuff. Earn 100% more warrior tokens from the Warriors Guild. Actually huge. Combat-based stuff, really nice. I'd love to see more things that, for example, incentivize different tokens from different places. Whether it be like pest control points, or BA points, or graceful tokens and stuff like that. I'm a huge fan of just general rewarding tokens or making it easier to get. So this is right in line with what they need to do. Gain an additional point per successful game pest control. Same thing. Exactly the same thing. And in both cases, this incentivizes players to go get Void and go get a Defender. Bits for progression, worthwhile doing early. Fantastic ideas, right in line. Medium. 2 upgraded versions of the easy tiers. 200% more warrior tokens. My goodness, this is crazy. So even doing the medium stuff might be worth it if you want more warriors tokens. I'm not sure this is too relevant. Most people are probably going to have a Dragon Defender by the time they get here, but hey, it's interesting, you know? This will affect the way players might do leagues, for example, down the road, or Deadman, so it's interesting. And then 2 points per game pest control, sure. The additional medium is you will no longer be affected by the prayer drain at Barrows while Gommel Silt is equipped. So, whew, that's interesting. I'm not much of a Barrows doer myself, but I know how the annoyance is with the prayer. So this is, again, interesting. I like it. I think it's good for a medium tier. Moving on to hard. Bumping the benefits of the medium bonuses again, this does not stack. 3 points per game of pest control. This is interesting because I don't know how many points you get currently, but this has been pest control has been a method for UIM training in the past, and it might become a relevant melee training method for even better than I don't want to jump the gun, but it could make it a relevant method again, which should be quite interesting. The other new reward coming to hard tier, imbuing items at NMZ will be 50% cheaper. Now that's crazy. That's actually crazy. That's super strong. I mean, it takes a while to get Nightmare Zone points when AFK, or you get a good amount if you're trying for it, but that's incredibly good. So, I mean, it's a hard tier. I like it. It's strong. Elite tier, NPC contact is now 2 cycles faster to cast. This is to help people doing Turiel, because Turiel sucks. And 2 cycles will add up over time. This will save like hours and hours and hours and hours over your entire lifespan of Turiel skipping, if you do Turiel. Slayer's superior monsters have a 1 in 150 chance to spawn, 25% higher chance than standard rate. That's huge, especially if you want to do anything Slayer based or go for gems and whatnot. Or Imbued Heart. Expeditious Bracelets, Slaughter Bracelets have a 10% chance to fully recharge instead of breaking. So that basically gives it 3 extra charges per bracelet, I guess. So, sure, I mean, I find it a weird way to do it instead of just like making it a 1 in 4, but I guess it's just better than making it a 1 in 4 or, you know, a 1 in 2 to save, because it'd be too much of an increase. So, sure. Interesting. That's a 10% increase to its effectiveness. Master tier, summon thralls are 50% longer. Insane, huge, massively strong, saves prayer. Nice. Thralls are now stronger due to the pathing changes, so this is even better. Master tier, you get a new blessing when worn, gives charged items, Scythe Trident, a 5% chance to not consume charges. Sure, I mean, we'll take, yeah, I mean, 5%'s fine. This seems a bit weak for Master, I will say. I'd imagine this should be an elite tier, but it's not. It's a nice idea. 10% might be too much, though. So this, I don't know. I don't know how it balances out, but it's an interesting idea. Personally think it should be an elite, though. Now, this is something we've been asked for. We've been asking for ages. I think I mentioned it myself. Dragon Defender or Avernic can be combined with Goblin Silt 5 for a swanky new cosmetic. Huge, please make it happen. It would be so cool. One of the best items in the game by far. And I know, of course, the Grandmaster part will also say this as well. And NPC contact becomes 4 cycles faster. Incredibly good buff again. And lastly, Grandmaster. Summon thralls 100% longer. If your thrall lasted a minute, now it lasts 2 minutes. That's a huge buff to prayer and general effectiveness throughout PVM. Honestly, really nice. It might even make Lunas more viable in some cases, as your thrall will be out longer and you have to switch to the spellbook as much. So in general, yeah, I like it. I hope they get rid of the thrall book as well, but I think that's coming from the new quest line down the road, so we'll see. NPC contact even faster. This basically makes it like 1 or 2 ticks, I guess, so yeah, that's insane for anyone doing Turiel. Thank you, big change. Avernic Defender, well, I mean, to be fair, fixed Turiel, but like, this is a good step. Avernic Defender can now be combined with Goblin Silt for an even swankier. So, we don't really get anything different from Grandmaster tier compared to Master, but we do get like the Goblin Silt 6 in Avernic, which is going to be cool. We get the instant NPC contact, and we get like Mega Thralls, so I like these. I think there should be something else for Grandmaster, really. But, I mean, it's hard to say that this is like anything but good around the board. These are definitely good incentives. I know there can be more stuff. I'd love to see more in the future, especially these kind of things here, but not necessarily for PVM, just, you know, skilling-based things for skilling upgrades to get like more Marks of Grace, or like, a 10 stack of Marks of Grace, just like for doing some Activity Advisor stuff. Just some more incentive to get people into the progression-based system. But all in all, really nice changes. If this is polled, then please go vote on it. I think it's going to poll in, there we go, poll in November. So keep your eyes out for it and make sure to vote if you're interested. All these things are really good incentives and great upgrades right now for the game. Nothing seems to be super broken as far as I can tell. If anything, it could do with like a little bit of a buff later down the road. And it seems they've definitely incentivized easy, medium, and hard the most. Elite, definitely good. Master, good. Grandmaster, if anything, not the best, but that's okay. So all in all, I think it's a nice balance. Check it out, and again, I'm doing the Fresh Start Worlds. If you want to see the series, it'll be out in the next few days. I've got over 100 clips recorded. I've been playing for 30 hours already from release, and it's only been out for like 40 hours, so I'm going hard. I'm not going to leak the stats or anything right now, so yeah. Check it out. I'll see you guys in the series to come. Gonna do a prologue episode 0, and then we'll run, I don't know, like 2 or 3 episodes over the next 2 to 3 weeks, I guess. Just taking it slow and then ramping it up over time. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the series. Bye-bye.